Regimental slow march of the Coldstream Guards, Figaro. Adjutant of the parade, Captain Kisley of the Scots Guards, riding a gelding suitably named March Past. Officer, Brigade Waiting, Lieutenant Colonel and Major Brown, Scots Guards. Now salutes Her Majesty and will move across the parade ground to give the command for the troops to break into the quick march past. The slow march is called Sullivan on Parade, arranged by the Director of Music, Scots Guards, Captain Duncan Beat. This quick march is called Holyrood and is by Kenneth Alford. the splendid sight looking down from the rooftop on this parade below. As the guards march in quick time along the south side of the parade ground, they then wheel at the southeast corner to march past the Green. The front of the mass bands there, you can see the largest number of pipers who have appeared on the Queen's Birthday Parade for many years, from 2 battalions of the Scots Guards and from the Irish Guards. And they now play the Regimental Quick March of the Scots Guards, Hill and Laddie. Colour this time allowed to fly free at the rear of the escort. Number 3, 4, 5 and 6 Guards, the 2 battalions of the Grenadier Guards. Regimental Quick Marches, the British Grenadiers. Approaching Guards, Milanolo. Field Officer and Brigade Waiting salutes Her Majesty the Queen and turns away to take his position in command of the parade. As the mass bands play the Quick March Scottish Emblem.
past in quick time now completed, the Guards return to their original positions in the line. As they reach their respective positions, they take up marking time, and will then do a left form to bring them back into line. Officers, who you will remember went to the rear of the Guards before the march past, now take post in front of their Guards again. Colour comes to the front. Finally, to complete the formation of the line, they will take up their dressing again. Will move away from the center of the parade ground, and the pipes and drums will play. This move is to allow the Household Cavalry to start the fifth part of this parade. They are rank passed, accompanied by the massed mounted bands.
The black bear, of course, and now the massed mounted bands of the Household Cavalry, under the direction of the Director of Music of the Life Guards, Major Richards, Director of Music of the Life Guards since 1970. Move onto the parade ground to the Roplogensky March, arranged by Major Richards. Two drum horses are Cicero, belonging to the Life Guards, and Hercules, belonging to the Blues and Royals. And as the mounted bands take their position in the center of the parade ground, so the rank past of the Household Cavalry begins. The standard of the Life Guards, presented here on Horse Guards in 1973. Trumpeter on the right, cavalry on the left. The Life Guards were formed from loyal friends of Charles II, accompanied the King during his 7-year exile in Europe. After the Restoration, they were called the Troop of Horse Guards, trusted with guardianship of the Palace of Whitehall, which of course was situated adjacent to this parade ground. The Blues and Royals were created in 1969 from the amalgamation of the Royal Horse Guards and the Royal Dragoons. Royal Horse Guards, the Blues, so called from their uniform, were made Household Cavalry after Waterloo. Royals. So now the walk past begins to the regimental slow march of the Life Guards, and then the regimental slow march of the Blues and Royals. In the same year as the Blues. They were amalgamated in 1969. And it is the Royals who captured a French regiment's eagle, and they wear, in honor of that achievement, an eagle on their left sleeve. And there you see the farriers bringing up the rear of the march past with their gleaming axes. Mounted band of musicians in state clothing, 24 from each Household Cavalry regiment. The trumpet now sounds the signal for the Household Cavalry to trot past. And the tune, a very familiar one, Again John Peel. This will be followed by The Girl I Left Behind Me, the Helston Farry Dance, the Road to the Isles, and the Keel Row. All these horses are over 16 hands high. They're aged 6 to 16, mostly Irish. The horses that joined since last September have names beginning with C. Churchill, Custer, Cossack, Cleopatra. The horses all had to be groomed and saddled by 9:30 this morning, headstalls and bridles polished, hoof oil and boot polish applied to the hooves. Most troopers on the parade joined the army within the last 2 years, and only 1 in 20 had ridden before. It's almost impossible to believe that as you look at this smart trot past of the Household Cavalry. cool breeze and showers of rain, all those on parade. A salute to Her Majesty the Queen, and mounted bands move on. State clothing, which is Tudor court uniform rather than military uniform, is worn in the presence of the Queen or other members of the royal family. The rest of the Household Cavalry are taking up their position in front of the Guards Memorial in St. James's Park. And now the field officer gives the order for a royal salute conveying the loyal birthday greetings of the 7 regiments of the Household Division to their Colonel-in-Chief. Mounted bands move off to start the form-up for the march-off parade. They will take up a position in the Horse Guards approach road at the junction of the Mall and will be followed soon by the remainder of the Household Cavalry. Guard on parade will now form into 2 divisions for the march-off. This is necessary because they have to march down the Mall in line, and that requires a narrower frontage. Similar movement to the form-up of the march past. They will turn about, and to the music of the mass corps of drums, they will close up on the 1st Division of the escort.
notice the markers there who carry the company colours of their battalion. They take their position to mark the route for the troops marching off. They have the longest stand of all on parade today. They haven't moved for the last 2 hours until now. Dressing again. A great sense of relief at this moment, and perhaps thoughts now turning to whatever celebrations are planned for this afternoon or for this evening. But for some, it's just the beginning of a 24-hour guard. The men of the escort now go to Buckingham Palace, where they carry out the normal daily guard mounting ceremony. And this means that some of these men will go straight on sentry at Buckingham Palace or St. James's Palace, and will do 2 hours on and 4 off until this time tomorrow. The regimental sergeant major, you can see, returning his sword. There is always a slight pause at this moment in the parade, and that is to allow the Queen Mother, who has watched the parade from the window of Horse Guards building, to travel back down Whitehall through Admiralty